about how you can create consistent YouTube content without burning out and without sacrificing quality and consistency in the content you are creating. Now, what you need to know about me is that I run 3 YouTube channels and they have daily long form videos on each, plus lots of short form content. And I'm doing this without burning myself out, without stressing myself out, and making sure that I am consistently daily posting content on 3 different channels. That is 3 videos per day, 7 days a week. Now, I start off by making sure I have a plan. So I am writing down the content that I am going to be filming. The titles and any bullet points that I'm going to need are all written down in a big long list before I film. And then I am batch creating this content, or at least batch filming this content and then editing it as I need it. Or sometimes I'll have the time frame to do my editing in batch and get things ready and scheduled. I do like to work ahead. So I try very hard to stay at least a few days ahead on my YouTube channel. So if something happens, or if something comes up, or if just my life kind of glitches out on me, I do have that content ready to go and it's up, and I like to be ahead as far as possible. Sometimes I will get several weeks ahead on my content, and then life will happen and it will come right back down to being day to day. And I always make sure I try to stay a couple of days ahead just to spare myself that stress. I don't want to have to do it every single day, because batch creation saves me a lot of effort. I only have to do my hair and makeup once. I only have to set up my lights once. I only have to set up my lights and my background and all of my things one time. And then because I'm already filming, I'm in the mindset. So as I am filming, I'm going through the different sections and sticking to one topic at a time. So like I said, I create a list of what I'm going to be filming. So the title and then any bullet points that I'm going to need to discuss during those videos. And I keep my channel separate. So as I'm filming, and today I'm doing this right now, I am in the middle of this, actually toward the end of this. I started by filming one YouTube channel. So everything from that one YouTube channel. Today I started off with my puppy influencer YouTube. And so I filmed all the videos about puppies and dog life and dog travel and dog photos and all those things. I filmed all of those so that I was in the mindset. I was able to jump into it. And we know when we start to film things, we usually have some stumbles and we stutter a little bit. We're not quite sure where we're going with things. And so it's kind of like the first pancake. The first one is the throwaway pancake, right? The first bit of us getting into it is a little bit rougher. Once we're into a filming mindset, now all of a sudden it's easier for us to speak. We stumble less, we know where we're going, we get things done faster, stronger, and better. So I jump in and I knocked out all of those videos. I kept in that mindset. I had all of my artwork behind me ready to go. I was able to switch my light colors out very easily, and I knew exactly where I was going. A, B, C, I got it all done very quickly. Then I switched gears and I went into my author life. So I talked about my books, I talked about publishing, I talked about writing, I talked about all of those great things. And I just back to back knocked out all of those videos from the publishing perspective. Now, the nice thing about this is I have a really easy wrap up that I do, but it's different for each of my channels. So the way that I end my videos on my puppy channel is different because I'm doing different calls to action and I'm calling out different things, I'm pointing out different things, and I'm saying things in different ways as I end those videos. So as I jump into them and as I wrap them up, the bullet points of the things that I have to get out there for my calls to action or the things I'm calling attention to just go on autopilot. And because I'm doing them back to back, I can just go and wrap those things up and then be thinking about the next step while I'm saying things that I already have memorized that just come out very easily. Then when I switched over to the author platform, I switched my ending. I was able to go on autopilot for the end of it, and I just consistently back to back was able to knock out those videos. Now I'm doing the social media channel, and so I am talking about different types of things. My intros tend to be a little bit different, but my wrap-ups are always very different in the way that I'm saying things, and I can go on to autopilot and make it very simple for myself. I don't have to remember different types of things. So if I'm calling out my Instagram channels or my TikTok channels, or I'm giving links to things to my websites, they're always going to be the same within each individual YouTube channel. So I don't have to bounce back and forth between which one do I have to remind them of, which one do I have to talk about. So in batch creation, it's saving me time and effort with my setup, with my teardown, with the ability to stay in the mindset, and then with the ability to make sure I'm remembering the correct things for those autopilot moments where I'm getting people to do things, doing the calls to action, and I am getting their attention. I don't have to redo things because I accidentally messed up because I did it in those segments. So batch creation is incredibly helpful for me because it's then so easy. Now, with that in mind, I am also gaining a ton of footage all at once so that I can just transfer it at once. And then I am sitting there and I am making sure I divide it out into my different folders at the same time. So once I have filmed, I am transferring over to my computer, and then I'm putting it in the social media folder. I am putting it in the author folder. I am putting it in the puppy folder. I am then labeling those videos so I know what I filmed, so I don't have to start listening and like sit around and wait for me to get to the point so I know which video is which, because sometimes I start my videos and I stumble a little bit and I have to restart it 2 or 3 times before I get into the actual video. And that's, 20 seconds that I could be wasting of my time just trying to figure out which video it is. So I label those things. Then I go through when I'm editing, and if at all possible, I like to do batch editing. So it's just knock it out right after the other. And I like to do it as quickly as possible after filming. Because if something happened during filming, I want to be able to remember it. Every once in a while, I have to stop in the middle of a video because there was a loud noise outside and I have to pick it back up. And I want to remember where I need to crop those things out. If I talked about a specific link or said I was going to link to another video that I discussed it on, I want to make sure I remember to do that. Because if I wait a week to edit those videos, I'm probably just going to edit it and toss it up on my YouTube channel and not remember to link those things properly. Or if I call something out where I need an affiliate link or I need to do different things, if I've just filmed 14 videos at once, long form video content at once, which I frequently do, I'm going to remember things much better if I do it right after filming, or if I take notes. That's also a smart thing to do that I don't remember to do. But if you had a mess up or if you need to link something, just like put it on your note list so you can remember it when you come back to it. But batch creation very quickly and then doing things as quickly as possible is helpful. I can't always do that. Sometimes I just have to let the video sit there because I have a book deadline or because I'm going on vacation or because something is coming up that I didn't expect that I have to manage and maintain. So then I have the video files. When I need them, I can just go through and edit those quickly and get them up on my YouTube channel. Like I said, I like to make sure I have things scheduled. I like to make sure I have things scheduled in advance, but sometimes it's the night before that I just edit it, upload it, and schedule it for the next day. I try not to do that because that leaves a lot of room for potential error. So the faster I can get it done, the better. But making sure that I am taking the time to list things out and have a full list saves me so much time and effort. Because today I've been filming for an hour. I've been filming for an hour or an hour and a half, something like that. And I just knocked out like 9 videos already. And that's because I had that list. But I'm getting to the end of my list. I have 2 more videos to film in my social media categories that I wrote down, but I still have a little bit of extra time because something got pushed back and now I've got a little bit more time to film. Now I'm going to have to stop and figure out a topic. So if I just write down topics as they come to me, so I have a running list for the next time I film, then I don't have to sit there and think it through. It saves me time and effort. So doing things with a pattern, making sure I'm repeating those processes, making sure that I have a list to follow through, saves me time and effort. I can create daily long-form content on 3 different channels and still not feel burned out, still not feel stressed out, and still not have to worry about getting things done. I always get those things done because I have created a consistency within my channel, within my content production. I know how I'm filming. I know how I'm editing. I have templates set up for my editing so that I can just drag and drop things in and I can tweak how I'm doing it. And I have that process figured out. And I always feel like there's more ideas. I never run out of ideas, but I'm also an idea person. But there are videos here on this channel, I told you I was going to call some out, where you can get ideas. YouTube just released a new feature that allows you to get ideas from other stuff that's working really well. And they just introduced a new AI that will outline your video, that you can then just take their ideas and tweak them and make them your own. There's a lot that you can do to save yourself time and effort and have that consistency in what you're doing. I feel like I'm never going to run out of ideas because I batch create ideas and then I do spin-off ideas for those different things. I can look at my analytics and see what's working well and do spin-offs of those for me as well. It's never a question of will I run out of content? It's never a question of how will I get this done? It's my audience can only endure 1 video per day. I can't do more. And my little thought process is I better open a new YouTube channel, which I'm not doing. I've got the 3 of them right now, but boy, could I. I have a couple in mind that I would love to do. Man, just like secretly, quietly do it with voiceover so you can't see my face and you don't know it's me, but I really kind of want to. But there's behind the scenes of product stuff and affiliate marketing. There's so much you can do with or without your face on screen. So you've got a lot of options. I've got a lot of options, and you're never going to run out of ideas if you are consistently creating those lists and just doing it in bulk. Because when you create these things in bulk, it's just easier to get those ideas flowing, and then easier for the production, easier for the editing, all of those things. So drop your tips and tricks on how you save time and effort creating your content. Here on this channel, I teach you how to do your short form content in under 5 minutes, start to finish every single day. That's conception to posting it in under 5 minutes every single day to save you time and effort. There's a lot that you can do with this. So if you've got questions, now's the time to go ahead and drop those. I want to make sure we're getting those answered for you and making sure that we are making this as easy as possible so it can be as profitable as possible while you still live a life while living your best entrepreneur life. We'll see you in the upcoming daily episodes.